Depending when you watch this video, the London ULEZ will have expanded or will be expanding after the 29th of August 2023. So in this video I'll explain exactly how much it's expanding by and answering a few other common questions regarding ULEZ, as well as one I got myself, is whether my 2010 Seat Leon Cupra R would be charged for going into London or not. So what exactly is the London ULEZ charge? ULEZ stands for Ultra Low Emission Zone, and the ULEZ charge is basically a fee that's introduced to try and help air pollution in the city by discouraging older, more polluting cars from coming into the city centre. Now the ULEZ charge is separate from the congestion charge and is basically just relating to emissions only, and if these cars don't meet certain standards of emissions, then they'll be charged daily for coming into the city centre. So before the 29th of August 2023, where and when has the current ULEZ been operating? So the ULEZ operates basically in the same geographic area as the congestion charge in central London. You can find full detailed maps of the current ULEZ zone on the Transport for London website. So the current congestion charge operates between the times shown on screen just now, and this is just to try and obviously ease traffic in the centre of London during busy peak times. But the ULEZ charge operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 364 days a year. Christmas Day has been exempt. And if you are wondering, the current congestion charge is £15 per day in London. So how much bigger is the new ultra low emission zone becoming? Well, I put on screen just now, this is what the size of it was before the 29th of August, and from the 29th of August 2023, this is now the increased size of it. As you can see, it's quite a significant increase in size, and the exact roads and locations of where it actually begins can be found again on the Transport for London website. So how much is the ULEZ charge exactly? Well, the ULEZ charge itself is still unchanged. It still remains at £12.50 per day. This applies to most car, vans and motorcycles up to a weight of 3.5 tonnes. Heavier vehicles like lorries and buses will face a whopping £100 per day charge. And as I said before, this charge applies 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for every time you enter or drive within a ULEZ zone. So the big question is my vehicle affected? So to determine if your vehicle is affected by this ULEZ charge, you need to find out if the emissions meet the required standards. The easiest way to do that is to go on the Transport for London website and enter your reg details into the required field, where then it will tell you if your car meets the emission standards or not. Now, regulars to my channel here on YouTube will know that I don't live anywhere near London. In fact, I'm 12 hours north in the north of Scotland, but my in-laws do live in London, and sometimes I do go on a road trip down to see them. Now, if I wanted to go or venture into London for the day, would I be charged for my Cupra R to go into London with the ULEZ charge? Well, once entering the details in the website, actually, surprisingly not. My 327 brake horsepower Seat Leon Cupra R is totally exempt from the ULEZ charge. But my project Ibiza, on the other hand, 1.9 TDI, has actually got to pay the ULEZ charge every time it enters London. But by the state of it currently, it's not going off the driveway, let alone get into London anytime soon. Now for cars like my Ibiza that don't meet the emission standards, here's how I think the charge would work. So for example, say on a Monday night, 11 o'clock, you drive into the zone, and then you park up somewhere, say at a friend's house or a place of work, and then you don't drive the car again till 6 in the morning. When you drive the car back out of the zone, you actually get charged twice for that. Another example would be that you drive into the zone at 11 o'clock, you drive back out of the zone at 11:30, and you drive back into the zone at 12:30. Again, you'd be getting charged twice for that. Basically, it resets at midnight, so you have a separation between your first charge and your second charge. Doesn't matter if it's an hour separation between when you actually drove on those charges, you get separated between the two charges because of the midnight changeover. So how do you pay or check if you have an outstanding payment to make on the ULEZ charge? So you can check on the website if you have to pay the charge, and then you can pay online itself. You can also pay by phone, or you can use the Transport for London app as well. Just make sure you pay before midnight on the same day that you drove into the ULEZ zone to avoid any penalty charges, which we'll discuss in a second. And if you're like me and you probably forget to pay it at midnight, then there was a £10 fee annually for an auto pay function, which would just basically take the money out of your bank every time you went into the zone. But now this £10 fee has been taken away altogether. It's now free to have auto pay selected, so you can pay for your charges daily. Now the penalty charges have increased from £160 to £180 if you don't pay your charge by midnight on the same day, and these can be reduced by 50% straight away if you pay them within the 2 weeks they're issued. So after 2 weeks, that's quite a hefty fine to incur for just one day trip into London. I'd rather spend that money on making a custom steering wheel like I did in this video here actually, so go and check that out. If you enjoyed the video or found it informative, then hit the thumbs up button, hit subscribe down below to catch more videos from the channel in future. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.